Hi, my name is Shota from Japan.
And I'm Amber from the US.
And this is Kotatsu Club Podcast.
Where we talk about all things life and travel in Japan.
What's up, Amber?
Not much, Shota. As you can see, I moved.
Yeah, where is it?
So it is a new apartment and it's a little bit in boxes today. So this is the current setup.
Yeah, this is a nice place. We're not going to reveal where it is, but it is a nice place for sure.
Yeah. It was a hard one to find. It took many months, but we eventually we found it.
Yeah. So, Amber, what are we talking about today?
So Shota, what was it like growing up in Japan?
Oh, okay. So we're comparing childhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
American childhood versus Japan childhood.
Japanese childhood. Okay. So should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you eat for breakfast?
I mostly ate rice, very classic, and miso soup, and I'm a natto lover. I don't know.
Nice,
I don't know you.
I want to like it.
I think
I want to, it. Everything that I stand for is natto. Healthy, vegan. Well, sometimes healthy fermented food, good for you.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to get to like it yet.
I think it's okay. Okay. It's an acquired taste, and I'm not gonna get mad if somebody doesn't like it. You know what I mean? Like it completely makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's it can be stinky. It's very what's it called? Neba gooey. No, not gooey.
That's what's hard. It's the slimy part. That's hard for me to get.
So yeah, no, I ate that pretty much every day. My parents are pretty young, so
How old were your parents when they had you?
24, but they had my older brother when they were like 20, 22, 21.
Was that like a standard age to have kids in Japan in that Showa era?
Yeah, yes.
Heisei,
like earlier Heisei.
Early Heisei.
I think so, yes. It was much more normal for people to have their children much younger.
Yeah. It's the same in the US, I think. My mom had me when she was 26, which is, yeah, I think just in your 20s. Sorry. I think people just had kids in their 20s a lot. It was a lot more common back then. But now when you look at people in their 20s having kids, it looks like teen pregnancy.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that when my parents were my age, I'm 32 right now, they had like a middle schooler.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, that's true, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess my parents were like very young. So they were busy.
Do you want to know what I ate for breakfast? Can you guess?
Cereal?
Yeah. It was so bad. Like it was like the most sugary. I would eat like a bowl of like chocolate sugar basically. Go to school hyped up on sugar, immediately crash when I would sit down and just be like low sugar, like shaking, like can't focus until like it was bad. But I think most American kids, we ate cereal, Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts? Like that's a breakfast?
Yeah.
I would eat a Pop-Tart and go to school. Like what? But my parents didn't know any better back then. Now they know a little better. I think Japan's, the classic Japanese breakfast is much more healthy than the
Yeah, but I mean, don't get me
American.
wrong. Like not everybody eats like that. I mean, a lot of people eat just like toast with butter or I mean, it's not everybody that eats healthy breakfast out here either. So
I think it's the same in the US, but I think in general I would say like most people probably ate like you do. Sure. I did have a roommate in Japan when I had when I was living in a share house in Kyoto who would eat every morning a piece of toast with anko and butter. I was like, oh my God, that's reminding me of my Pop-Tart breakfast.
That is so bad. Yeah, that's like a Japanese equivalent of Pop-Tart, right? Yeah. I mean,
it looked good.
I mean, that stuff
I'm sure
delicious,
it was delicious.
But I mean, it cannot be your like only breakfast. You know what I mean? That's very not nutritious. Nutritious. Yeah. So wait. So what time did you have to wake up?
So I started school. I can't remember if it was like 8 or 9.
Yeah, too long ago.
I think it was 8 o'clock. We started school. 8? So I had to wake up at 7.
Okay.
And I remember, just being really tired and my mom be like, wake up. And I'd be like, no. But anyway, woke up at 7, started school at 8. My mom would drop me off at school via car. There was one year where I took the bus. My mom would drive me to the bus corner and I would take the bus. So yeah, how did you...
Wait, so how does that work though? Sorry, I cut you off,
No,
but
that's
like,
okay.
how does that work? So can you choose whether you get dropped off or take the bus?
Yeah, you can choose. I think, so the way that New York schools work, I think it's probably like this for most of the US. I'm not totally sure though.
Yeah.
But in New York, you go to the school based on your address. So it's whatever school you're zoned for. It's
Right.
public school. It's free.
Free.
Yeah, is shogakuse not shogakko not free in
Is
Japan?
that free out here? I
think it
have no
is.
idea. I think it is. I think it is.
So yes, I would go to school. Either my mom would drive me or she would drive me to the bus stop and I would take the bus. If you live further, you're usually assigned to a bus. But if you live closer, you can just like go.
So is it like far from where you lived?
For me, it wasn't far, no.
Oh, okay.
But I think my mom just, it was like time saver for her to drop me off at the bus stop rather than, I think I also wanted to take the bus. I think like I wanted to like hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
So I think that was part of it too. I was in first grade, I was 6. But then on the bus, a girl stole my Pikachu keychain. She was like a bully, she was older. She was a 5th grader, I was a 1st grader. And she pretended, my grandma bought me this Pikachu keychain.
No.
And then she pretended like she got it. Like I was like, is that mine? She's like, no, it's mine. But meanwhile, it literally was on my keychain. Like you can see like the missing keychain.
What a big... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was just some childhood trauma for me. How about you? How did you get to school?
We walked.
You didn't get kidnapped?
No.
If I walked, I would have been kidnapped.
Oh yeah, that thing too. Okay, that's a very important element to point out is that you grew up in New York and I grew up in Shikoku.
Yeah.
So yeah, no cars, no nothing. We just walked to the school 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah. It felt much further, with the little feet. That came out weird. But you know what I mean.
Small legs,
short legs. Yeah. So basically, older kids knock on younger kids' door, form a group of maybe like 5 to 10 children, and we like collectively go to the school.
Together.
It's called Shudan Toko, right? Yeah. It's like a group commute, not commute. But yeah,
you're commuting together.
Commuting, yeah.
Yeah, it's safer to travel in groups than alone.
Yeah, and at the crosswalks, older kids pull out their like flag so that cars don't interfere, so that like younger children can cross the road safely, stuff like that. So,
yeah, I see kids crossing the street too in Japan with their arms up so that the cars can see them. I don't know why we don't do that in the US. That makes so much sense. You're a small person when you're a kid, so you can't really be visible.
You make your like presence as
tall as
possible, I guess.
Not get run over. Yeah, I think that's a big difference.
Okay. Did you go to like bigger school or like smaller school?
Yeah, there were hundreds of kids in my school.
Hundreds of kids, like entirely?
Yeah, entirely. Wow. So there's a lot of like whatever grade you're in, there's many classes for that grade. And then Okay. And they divide it up by your grades too. So if you have high grades, you're in the honors class. And then if you have like average or low grades, you're in the like other classes.
Wait, that's for your elementary school?
Elementary, and I think it's elementary like the last 2 years, 4th and 5th grade. And then it's for middle school and high school as well.
Okay, so first of all, I think in America, I guess that varies, depends on where you live.
You went to high school in the US?
Just my senior year.
Oh, okay.
Right, so 12th grade.
Right.
So 高校3年生, so like 3rd grade of high school here.
Yeah, so junior.
Senior.
Oh, senior.
Senior.
So it would be 4th year in the US, 3rd year in Japan.
Right. So that's what I wanted to talk about is that the divide is different. Also, high school in Japan is optional. It's considered higher education.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Right. So it's not 義務教育. So it's not mandatory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. So we have 6 years in elementary school and 3 years in middle school. So we call it junior high.
Yeah.
So we only have 8, right? Oh, no. 9 years of mandatory education.
Oh, okay.
And after that, most people do go to high school, but you have to like take the test exam to get in, right? So after that, it's all up to you.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, so in the US, it's the first 5 years or elementary school. Then 3 years middle school, and then 4 years high school.
I know. Blows my mind.
Yeah, but it's kind of similar. I think Japan and the US have a more similar schooling structure than like
Oh, for sure.
Like the UK, where they have like A levels. Like I don't even know.
Don't get me started. So I think they still call elementary school or like primary school.
Yeah.
Like from the age of like 6 to like 12.
Oh, okay.
And they go to school.
Yeah.
So our equivalent of middle school. They're called school.
Just school.
School.
Okay.
And then they don't have high school. They have college.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I think for them it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all up to you. You know.
I see.
It's considered like part of higher education.
Right.
So that's why they're called college. So for then I think primary school and school. They're like a mandatory education, time period.
Yeah. If you're British and we're saying things that are just totally wrong, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, no. In fact, I'm pretty sure like I'm wrong to a certain degree. Yeah.
What did you eat at school?
I went to public school.
Yeah.
Like through and through, like all entire my life. We had school lunch for elementary school and middle school. Okay. And we had to bring like our own food for high school.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's like it's not like a restaurant, but like a cafeteria, like within school. But only seniors can go. Well,
really?
Not by the rule, but it's like unspoken rule.
Interesting.
I went anyways, right? Because it's like food much cheaper. Like I really didn't.
You
give
were
a fuck,
a rebel.
No, not necessarily, but I have an older brother.
Okay. You had an in.
Yeah. And I play sports, so I was like, guys, come on, come here, slack. So yeah. So yeah, you had to bring your own food.
What was the school lunch like in Japan?
Oh, it's great food. Like if I could eat that every day right now, like I would. It's very balanced because school nutritionist. Yeah, is a thing. I think it's a thing in America as well.
No, it's not. It should be. It is not.
So usually soup, vegetable, some sort of carb. It can be bread, it can be rice. Meal. It's a very balanced meal, and the portion is some fish, some meat. The portion is controlled. It's not gonna like make you like super full, but like it's not gonna leave you like hungry either. So it's like just right amount. Yeah, and they give you like a pack of milk. And I grew up in Ehime, so you get orange juice package.
Oh, nice. Ehime is famous for oranges, right?
Right, we're the top producer of oranges here in Japan. We were. But we were like a much smaller prefecture. Citrus fruits. We produce a lot of citrus fruits. We're the leading producer of kiwi fruit. Okay. Yeah. You didn't know. So yeah, our school lunch I think was genuinely very good. Yeah, what'd you eat?
Oh, what did I eat? Oh my gosh, it was so bad. So I didn't really like the school lunch. I was a picky eater. But when I did get the school lunch...
You still are, by the way.
I'm getting better, Shota. But anyway, when we got the school lunch, it was like this processed meat patty, like something you would get out of like McDonald's, with this very like teriyaki sauce that tasted like just very processed and artificial. It tasted like a McDonald's teriyaki sauce.
It's like a lunch meat?
Kind of, but it was like it was a burger. It's like a chicken burger, like a processed meat chicken burger. Okay. With teriyaki sauce, which is funny because it's a Japanese sauce. But that's like the only one that I liked. So whenever like that one would come along, I would eat it. We also got milk. We got to choose between regular milk and chocolate milk. I of course always got chocolate milk. Yeah, we had chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah.
What?
Very unhealthy, sugary chocolate milk. I mean, it wasn't like, it was a little healthy. It tasted a little healthy, the chocolate milk. It didn't taste as like good as like Nesquik.
Sure.
Then, I don't remember what else was on the plate, but like there was nothing good on that plate. I think they did have some steamed vegetables that were so unappetizing that just no one ate them. They were just like left on the plate. Then I think they had like a cookie that you could buy optionally. Of course, I would get the cookie. It was not good. It wasn't healthy. And then, so most of the times I would bring my own lunch. But coming from an Italian household, I think my lunch is a little different than other kids' lunch. So I would have, my mom would send me to school with like meatball subs and like soup, like lentil soup in a container thing.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed those lunches. But I always had a sugary snack with it. So I was just not eating well. I definitely grew up on a way less healthy diet than I think you did in Japan.
Yeah, I guess diet wise, I think it goes for Japan. Yeah. I think.
Hands down.
Hands down, I think. But as you said, I did my senior year of high school in America, Michigan to be specific. I like some of the elements of American high school.
Better than Japanese.
I think so. Yeah. 例えば So I believe in, so you know when you're in high school, right, in Japan, in like PE classes, we get separated by gender.
Oh, it's the same in the US.
Is it?
In New York.
Really?
Yeah.
But this school I went to in Michigan, like we were all, what's it called? Like a co-ed gym class. So I really like that because, you know, I think it's important to know, like, I don't know.
The opposite.
Try not to like say the wrong thing. Yeah, no, but basically though, you know, like you get to know like opposite sex, what we're capable of, and you know, it's like we learn to play volleyball together in a way that like we can all have fun, you know, kind of thing.
Wait, I didn't know co-ed gym was a thing. If you had co-ed gym, let me know in the comments because I personally never
was that like gym. A very rare occasion for me?
It just might be different by school.
Also different states.
Different states, different schools. So let us know which one.
Also, I really like that fact that American schools let you try different sports.
Okay.
I really like that.
They don't let you try different sports in Japan?
Okay, so usually if you enter a sport club here in Japan, you stick with it all year round. Yeah. Right? So for example, I played tennis because my brother was like a superstar tennis player.
I looked up to him.
Yeah. So you join the club. It's like your full-time job. I played tennis 364 days a year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, except for Oshogatsu. You get a day off, but you get well, I guess my case is very extreme because our tennis club was like was very intense, competitive.
Okay.
Right.
So you like competed on a national level?
My brother did. I got lost in the regions, but but anyways, but I almost made it. But anyways, so you pick a sport, you stick around with it. But in America, I wrestled, I played football, I played baseball. I just had like
try a little bit of everything.
A lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it's better for the kids as well, right?
Okay.
You know, as you kind of discover what you're good at and what you're not good at. Yeah. You know, and you know, at a college level or maybe like at a high school level, you try something that you're actually good at, you know?
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it because I always had this insecurity that I did a lot of things. I did horseback riding, swimming, soccer, dance, flute. So I never got really good at one thing. I just kind of like dabbled in a bunch of things. And for a long time, I was super insecure about that because I was like, I'm a master of none. I'm just like a beginner at a bunch of different stuff.
Sure.
I think I did have like the one consistency, which was flute. I would play as a band nerd. I had that consistently probably from 3rd grade until even college I played. But yeah, I think there's probably pros and cons to both.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely one way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of shocking to me though when I came to Japan and like became an English teacher. So I was an English teacher for both kids and adults. It was like an after school English thing called an Eikaiwa school. So I had some high school students and it shocked me that they were going to their like club activities on Saturdays.
Oh yeah.
Like that. How many days a week did you go to school?
So the law changed when I was in the 3rd grade, I think.
Yeah.
Before that, it was 5 days a week for 2 weeks out a month. So like it alternates. So the first week of April, you go 5 days a week, and the second week you go 6 days. well, 5.5 days. So you still have to go to school on Saturdays.
Wow.
But they don't do that anymore. It's all 5 days a week now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but most of the club activities they keep going
on the weekends.
On the weekends
Saturdays
as well.
and Sundays.
Well, I think it's rare
really?
to do it on Sundays.
Okay.
But I don't know, if you play sports like baseball, rugby, soccer,
Judo.
tennis, judo, stuff like that, like if you play it like competitively and intensely, yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, like I have this like one memory. I really didn't like going to school. I was a good student and stuff, but I think it was honestly because of the diet, the breakfast and the lunch. I just remember suffering, like being like so hungry, like I just couldn't wait until lunch. I couldn't focus. So anyway, I didn't like school. Is the moral of that story. So I would like complain to my mom and be like, 5 days a week is so long, like 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. Oh my gosh.
That's what I feel like now, but
and then my mom would be like, my mom's answer was, she's like, 5 days a week is nothing. In Japan, the kids go to school 6 days a week.
Your mom said that?
Yeah. And I was like, 6 days a week?
How did she know?
I don't know. I just probably like I think it's a shocking fact. So like, it's probably like on the news and stuff. Japanese kids go to school 6 days a week.
Well, not anymore. But yeah.
But back then, in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
So I'd be like crying, like 5 days a week. Why do we have to go 5 days a week? My mom's like,
poor Japanese kids.
Well, Japanese kids, they go 6 days a week. And
so that's like her version of like in Africa, like kids in South Africa.
Yeah. So I was like, how do they do that in Japan? Those poor kids. But you're used to it, right? You don't even think about it.
Well, I don't really remember, right?
Yeah.
Because is it weird? I don't remember anything before I was 8.
Some trauma happened.
No.
Crazy
trauma. I had a great childhood, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I had my dad, I had my mom.
Shota.
But I don't remember much.
Okay.
Can you relate if you're like a guy? Because like I think for girls, I'm like overly generalizing here, but like obviously, girls remember when they were like 4, when they were like 3.
I don't remember everything. I have like glimpses of memories.
I don't. Well, I mean, okay, I do remember some things, but like they're like a very blurry.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. Yeah. So, yes, in theory, it was the case for me 6 days a week.
Yeah, but you don't remember.
But I don't remember much. Maybe my brother does.
So what did you do outside of school in Japan? Like as a child?
Nothing.
Like, what did you do on the weekends?
Nothing. Just played sports. For me, yes. Like elementary school.
Yeah.
I just played outside because
Yeah.
we couldn't like afford like video games until like later on. I was like teenager.
Yeah.
So I played mostly like outside, especially like I grew up in the countryside. So like I went to the river. We played baseball at the school ground. Mostly stuff like that. And I didn't study much. I didn't really care about the classes. So I just kind of like hung out with my friends. Yeah.
I think it's probably the same for me. I just played outside most of the time in the woods. I was a woods kid. With my friends, like the block kids, like the kids who lived in the neighborhood. We would all just like meet and ride bikes, play basketball, run around the woods. I also did watch cartoons on like Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And Cartoon Network, and I was super into Pokemon. You weren't as into Pokemon?
No.
Did you have a Game Boy?
We did have Game Boy.
When did you get your first
collectively
Game Boy?
had a Game Boy.
Like you and your brother?
And my sister.
And your sister, you all shared
between
a Game Boy.
3 of us. But I think mostly my older brother was playing it.
Yeah.
And he got really into it too.
Did he play Pokemon?
Oh yeah, we did play Pokemon. Okay. I played Ruby. No, it's the other one, the blue one.
Blue version.
No.
Sapphire.
There you go. Yeah. So that's like a much later on, right? That's like a 3rd generation. So that was like my first generation.
Okay. So how old were you when you got your first Game Boy?
11.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little later.
For sure.
I think I was like 6 when I got my first.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's fair because my brother was like 6.
Okay.
When my dad brought the first like non-color, that sounds racist, Game Boy. Not really. All right.
Yeah.
Not really. it was in the 90s, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the 90s. I think, yeah, the Pokemon game in the US just came out when I was 6. I was in first grade, and I wanted it so bad. It was like $150 to buy the console, which was like so much money back then.
$150
to buy like
the console, not the
console, not the game.
The cartridge.
Yeah, and that was like a lot of money in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so like now it's like $20, $150.
Really? Wait, how much do games cost now?
More than that.
More than
Consoles, wait, hundreds of dollars now. I don't know if you're gonna get like,
Jeez.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
I mean, I could be remembering wrong. I don't remember, but let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, I remember I wanted it so bad, and like I was like looking at it in the store. My uncle bought it for me just randomly. Like
Really?
my mom, because they didn't have kids yet of their own, so like I was like the niece.
Yeah.
And so we were in the mall, and like my uncle just came out with it, and he's like, "Here it is."
Oh, hell yeah!
I was like crying, and my first Game Boy.
Okay, so you spent like a lot of time with it then.
Obsessed. Beyond. My mom had to limit me to 2 hours a day on it.
Still pretty generous, no? Yeah.
Because I was severely addicted to it. So literally like did not want it. My mom had to like pry it out of my hands after my 2 hours was up. But anyway, I would just go play outside after that and just like chill with my friends. I think back then in the 90s, kids played outside a lot more. Now I think they're just like in their rooms.
They don't do that anymore?
Yeah, I think they have the internet now. Like the internet was like a new thing back then. Like, we didn't like, there was a home computer like for the house. I didn't have my own laptop.
Yeah.
I think I played like The Sims. I don't know if that was a thing in Japan. Probably not.
Like I've heard of it. I've heard people talk about it.
In Japan.
Which is ironic, right? Because I work in IT now. You know, I work with computers.
You were into video games?
I wasn't into video games. Well, I had like a phase. I was into Dynasty Warriors because I was a little bit of a history buff back then. Okay. So when my brother brought back a game called Dynasty Warriors, do you remember?
I don't know that one.
Okay, I got hooked. But that was only a phase, you know.
Okay.
Like I didn't
like one game.
Yeah, so I can't really like talk about it in that regard. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't really like into it. You know.
I was like fully a video game otaku back then. PlayStation 2, Spider-Man 2, all of it. But I grew out of that. I think in like the end of middle school, I wanted to fit in and be cool, and I realized that like
right. I guess back then, none of the cool
kids played video games, so like I stopped doing that. Yeah, what was like cool? Like, Pokemon was big here too, right? Like, it's from Japan. It should be. Yeah,
no. In Japan, if you played game, if you watched anime, if you like read manga, like nobody like thought anything of it. It's just like a normal thing, you know. Yeah. What was considered cool? Definitely baseball, especially in Shikoku. Baseball was like a big thing there.
So did like the girls play too, or was it just the boys?
I think for girls, volleyball was like the coolest. Volleyball and basketball were the two like cool sports from my perspective that I observed. Were the coolest sports that girls could play. Yeah. One of the biggest culture shock in America was that soccer was considered women's sport.
Soccer?
Soccer.
What is that?
Football. Soccer.
Football.
Soccer.
Oh, soccer.
What did I say?
Sucker. Like sucking a lollipop?
No. Oh my god.
I'm thinking sucking a lollipop. Okay, my mind wasn't in the gutter.
Yeah, we're probably gonna edit that part out. But anyways, soccer.
Soccer was for girls.
Did I say it right? Soccer.
Yes, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, what? That's like it's not like a gender assigned sport. Yeah. You know, but I guess in my mind back then, you know, I was 17. I was like, yeah, that's mostly like guy sport, right? Oh, right? Because the World Cup and all that, right? Yeah. So I was like, no, you know. Yeah. And they were all like being high school, you know, those like chick sport. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just both.
That's because you were in New York, where a lot of like, I don't know, South American influence is involved. So, you know, like worldwide, yes, like it's like it's not like a gender specific sport, but like
maybe in the countryside of the US?
In the countryside, you know, yes, guys play football, baseball, and girls play soccer and softball.
Yeah,
no. I've been teaching her about America.
Knows more about American childhood than I do.
Yeah, I guess
you know about the real.
I guess my experience represent like the bigger countryside, the general sense of how. Yeah.
Was it like? Did you guys watch American movies?
Oh yeah, a lot.
So, yeah, it might be interesting to hear like what American culture things like got into Japan, and then what Japanese culture things like were in the U.S. in the 90s. Like movies, TV shows.
Yeah, the Hollywood movies were, I think, a bigger thing.
And they all came out in the movies with like subtitles.
Dubbed.
In the movie theater.
In the movie theater.
Oh, dubbed too.
Dubbed too. Yeah, you can like pick and choose.
In the movie theater.
Yep. So jimaku, sub, and hukikae, dubbed. Right. So kids usually watched dubbed version of Hollywood movies, and so did I, because it's like it's difficult to follow along subtitles, and usually adults watched subtitled version of whatever Hollywood, but we mostly watched on the TV, right? Because every single Friday, I forgot the name of the show, Kinyo Rodo Show.
Okay.
Yeah. So every single Friday they played Hollywood or foreign films.
Okay. I
think they're all dubbed. Yeah. So that's how a lot of people were exposed to Hollywood movies like Die Hard, Mummy. What are the like?
Mummy.
Yeah. No, I like the Mummy too. And you usually put that on a VHS.
Okay.
And so that you can like watch it again, but with like a TV commercials and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we got many Japanese movies back then. I think we just had like Godzilla, which was dubbed.
Really?
And I think there's also like an American version of Godzilla.
Oh yeah, the T-Rex looking ass fake Godzilla. Yeah. No. But I think it's got like kind of popular here in Japan too. I was like, oh yeah, it's like an American adaptation of Godzilla.
You say Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Godzilla. That was a big thing. I remember my brother being obsessed with Godzilla. He had all the toys and everything.
Really?
And so that's the only way we knew about like Japan. We knew like Godzilla's attacking Tokyo. My brother, that was his favorite line. He would just have the toy and he'd be like, Godzilla's attacking Tokyo. And then like he would attack the block tower that I just built.
Yeah.
And I'd be crying.
And on NHK, they played a lot of American sitcoms. Not a lot of sitcoms. Do you remember, what's it called? Elf?
Yeah, I loved that.
The little, like a brown, like a dog-looking alien dude. It's not called Elf, but...
I was thinking of Elf the movie.
No, it's not that.
Alien guy?
But here's the thing, right? Here's the important thing. The interesting is that most of the...
Oh, Alf.
That
is so crazy. The only reason why that came to my mind is because I was literally... this is such an off-topic thing. I don't need to say
No, it's okay.
Podcast.
No, but weren't you like too young for like Alf and Full House and whatnot? Right? Because that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Because we grew up in like late 90s to like early 2000s. So the sitcoms were originally aired in America in the 80s and early 90s. So we can't talk about it. Right? Because I mostly grew up with like your older stuff.
I think they aired in the US though still.
Really?
Yeah, like I watched
Full because House. It's like a long-standing shows. Right. Oh, you watched Full House?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Alf is one that one is like an 80s thing that didn't continue. that one I didn't know about. But literally I was just on a job in Niigata and like one of the guys at like the place that I was doing it, he's like, I'm studying English. And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yes. He's like, I, you know Alf? And I was like, I don't know Alf. And then he like fills on his phone and was like, this.
Oh, so you didn't know?
Once he showed me the picture, I was like, I've seen it.
Like the brown dog looking thing.
I've never.
I think he's an alien
though. Oh, is he?
I don't know the storyline. Yeah.
But now it makes sense to me why he's...
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the past episodes, I talked about, how I got into American culture, and it's through Full House.
Yeah,
right?
So like, I guess sitcoms to you are like anime to like American, Japan otakus? kind of.
To a certain degree, yes. But I think the Niigata dude and for my case, it's like a little bit different because like we're just like obsessed with it, and nobody else was.
Oh, okay. You know? Well, I think the anime was the same
that's
too.
True, that's true. Yeah, like, I guess back in the days, yeah.
It's like personally, I didn't know anime existed back then. I hadn't heard or seen anime until I was like in my mid-20s.
Right, because you said you knew Japanese things, but like you weren't watching them as Japanese things, right? Because it's just like one of the things you watched.
Right, and it was dubbed, so I had no idea it was like from Japan.
Right.
So like on
and they changed names and everything.
Yeah, literally.
Like Ash, like
onigiri was a donut, a jelly donut. Like what?
Anyways.
So I did watch Pokemon and I was obsessed with Pokemon, but I did not know it was Japan. And even I had all the Pokemon cards, and once in a while someone would trade me a Japanese Pokemon card. But I thought it was just the Japanese version. Like, I didn't know it was, like, the OG
I see.
thing.
Yeah.
So...
That makes sense, though.
Yeah. So I think if I had known that anime existed, I would probably have been a full-blown otaku, but I literally just didn't know about it.
I see.
Which is probably for the better or worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so here's another thing I wanted to talk about is the like school regulations, like school rules, like dress codes and stuff like that. Because I think in the state of Michigan, if you're above 16, because we did talk about this.
We did.
Right?
Yeah.
So I looked it up because a lot of my friends have tattoos, like a lot of tattoos.
That's culture shock for me.
Yeah.
We did not
instead of Michigan, if you're above 16 with your parents' consent, you can get tattoo. So that's why did I tell you that I helped this guy get like Japanese tattoo? Yeah. I showed a picture of it, right?
Yeah. And so in New York, I don't know if you are allowed to get it with parents' consent, but usually like you don't get tattoos until you're 18. I remember I couldn't wait until I was 18 because I wanted a tattoo, and I got my first tattoo. It's so stupid. So 18. But anyway, but no one had tattoos before 18. Right. I didn't know or see a single person in New York.
Yeah, so imagine like coming from Japan where like tattoo is very rare in the first place, and you go to high school.
Oh my god.
And I'll paint the picture for you, right? In Japan, the dress code and like dressing regulations like so tight, so strict that most people bust their head. Well, most of the guys.
Oh, really?
Right. So like I bust my head most of my middle school and high school days, right? Because it's just easier, right?
Okay.
Because like your bang cannot
go below your eyebrows.
Go below eyebrows. I think that was the rule, and like your side hair cannot touch your ear. So like for their standard, like this is way too long.
Okay. Wow.
For them, and you can dye your hair. You can like perm your hair. Like you can't do anything basically. You can put product in it, nothing, right? So most of the kids just decided to just like buzz their hair because it's like easier. And you didn't pass the test. Yes, there are tests once in a month. So you have to get a haircut once a month. Yeah, maybe it's a country thing.
Okay,
countryside thing. Countryside thing. But the dress code was very strict. You had to wear gakuran, so like sailor's uniform, so black. You have to wear white socks, Yeah, everything is, dress coded. So imagine you come from that universe to this whole like tank top and shorts wearing high schoolers in Michigan now, all tatted up and, hair's crazy. And and I played football too. So it's like.
Yeah, I think you lived in a specifically ghetto area, to be honest.
No. I don't think it was ghetto.
Okay.
It's people were very nice,
Yeah, I did not have that experience but I also went to a Catholic school, so it was also strict.
True.
So I have a hard time speaking for American schools in general, because the Catholic school is more similar to the Japanese side. We didn't have monthly tests, but I did get detention because I dyed a little piece of my hair. I was like trying to hide it. I like dyed this like one little strip.
Yeah.
I like tucked it behind my ear. I got caught, obviously. I also got detention for wearing too many bracelets.
Too many what?
Bracelets.
Oh, bracelets.
I used to like have to, I was like, had a lot of bracelets. I would like hand make them. I'd like give them to all my friends.
Wow, that was like a thing.
It was just like a
then?
thing I did. I don't think it was a thing.
That was your thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else did I get detention for? Chewing gum. I was always in detention. I was like a good kid. Like I wasn't like bad. I just like, it was so strict. What else? I once had my phone out in the hallway in between. Yeah, I had a Nokia, like it was like a block.
Yeah.
It was like for emergencies.
Yeah,
I think I was like messaging my mom and I didn't feel good and I was like talking to my mom, pick me up. And I got it ripped out of my hand by a teacher, taken to the principal's office, and the phone was not returned to me for like a week.
Yeah. All of the things that you said.
Yeah.
So using phone in public, or like bringing your phone to the school, or like chewing gum, or like dyeing your hair, that's going to get you a big trouble here in Japan, as you can kind of imagine. So yeah, I guess it's pretty similar.
Catholic school.
Catholic schools.
Strict.
Yeah.
I once left my sneakers on the bus because we had like school shoes. And so we had two types of school shoes. Like there's like the fancy ones, and we had like sneakers that we'd have to wear like on gym day. And I left my sneakers on the bus. So I didn't have them for the next day. So I just wore plain white sneakers. And like I told my teacher, I was like, hey, like I left my sneakers on the bus. Is it okay for today? I wore them. She's like, no. And she sent me home. It's not crazy. I missed a whole day of school, like, because of the sneaker. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that is pretty crazy.
It was really strict. But I think normal American schools.
Right, public schools, yeah.
Public schools are more like what you said, where people are like wearing tank tops and just crazy. Like super casual.
Okay, tank tops. So no sleeve shirt. Weren't technically, I think that was the only dress regulation.
It was like, yeah,
and I think you weren't allowed to wear saggy pants or ripped jeans. It's one of the something like that.
You weren't allowed to wear hats indoors, probably.
Oh yeah, no, it was
no
part
hats,
of it.
Right?
Yeah, no hats.
Because I remember from I did go to public school for like elementary and middle school, but like your parents like dress you then, right? So I didn't really know what I was wearing. All right, well, should we end on a question of the day? Okay, this person is going to Tokyo and Hiroshima. They want to know our Hiroshima recommendations. Have you been to Hiroshima?
I've been to Hiroshima a few times.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so Hiroshima's in Western Japan, so I guess it's kind of close to Shikoku.
Yeah, no, it's actually right across the shore.
You can ride your bike.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a long way, but yeah, no, you could in theory. Yeah, 70 kilometers, something like that.
Yeah, it's the Shimanani Kaido. It's from Onoshima in Hiroshima to Imabari in Ehime.
Yeah, no, speaking of which, if you're going to Hiroshima, you should definitely do that.
Yeah.
You got like a couple of days, you can do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how many days they're going to be in Hiroshima. He didn't say, but
Maybe a couple of days, right?
Probably. I definitely recommend going to Miyajima.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Miyajima. It has deer like Nara. Be careful, they will eat your map. I had a paper map and it literally just ripped it out of my hands and ate it.
And if you like oysters,
they're famous for oysters.
Yeah, their oysters like very good.
In Miyajima or just Hiroshima in general?
This is Hiroshima in general, but in Miyajima there's a lot of like street stools, and if you're comfortable getting your oysters from them, you should go for it because they're very good.
Yeah, I feel like I trust Japanese street vendors.
Yeah, I mean
everything's pretty safe here.
Yeah, generally speaking, yes.
Yeah. There's also that Momiji Manju.
Momiji Manju.
So that's a famous thing here. I didn't know what it was. When I first heard of it, I was like, are people eating maple leaves?
Oh, no. It's just a maple leaf shape.
It's a pastry shaped like a
But it tastes very good. It comes with like a lot of different flavors.
Yeah.
My favorite one is cream cheese.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, no, they have like cream cheese flavor. So
yeah, and it's everywhere in Miyajima. Like I even saw a vending machine for them.
Vending machines for them.
Yeah.
Wow. And you cannot forget that Hiroshima has their own version of okonomiyaki.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think they layer up differently, and they use like noodles on the bottom. So I prefer that over regular
the Osaka version.
Osaka or Kansai version of okonomiyaki. So if you are in Hiroshima, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, Miyajima especially. That's my favorite place. I think they have, what's it called? So it's where the floating torii gate is, like in the water. It's like this giant floating torii gate. I actually have to go back there because when I went, it was under construction. It was fully, like, you couldn't see it. It was like under a veil.
Yeah.
So I have to go back and check that out. But I loved the atmosphere there. The temple, do you know what? Not temple, shrine. Do you know what that shrine is called?
Itsukushima Jinja. Itsukushima Jinja.
Yeah, definitely check out that shrine. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
You have to take a ferry to Miyajima from Honshu, the main island.
It's a very short ride.
It's a short ferry and it's beautiful. Like you see, like the ocean is so blue there. It's in the Seto Inland Sea, which is like my favorite ocean. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. Miyajima.
Yeah, Miyajima, Okonomiyaki. Oh, and if you got time, you should go to Peace Memorial.
Oh, of
that's
course.
one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But I felt like that was a given. I think everyone
That's true.
does
Yeah.
that. That's a really amazing place too.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Hiroshima as a whole is like a very fun city to explore. So
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Even Onomichi, where the Shiminori Kaido starts or ends, depending on which way you're going. That's where I ended. It's a really nice, cute little fishing village. There's a lot of like really cute countryside towns in Hiroshima.
For me, like Onomichi gives out like Ghibli vibe.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah? Okay.
There's not like much to do. I think there's like a cat shopping street that's really cute.
It's just a city. It's like
Yeah.
a cute, like coastal city.
Yeah. It's like a very chill place to spend time. I think that's it for today. If you have any questions for us, send us an email at kotatsuklubbpodcast@gmail.com and we'll see you next time.
Peace!
Bye!